Subscribe, like, share, and comment, because the story I'm about to tell you might change the way you see kindness forever. And it all begins with one heartbreaking sentence. Do you have an expired cake for my daughter? The mall lights were bright, buzzing, and full of life, but the woman who stood at the bakery counter looked like life had drained hers long ago. Her clothes were clean but worn. Her eyes carried sleepless nights, heavy worries, and something deeper, hope wrapped in desperation. The cashier, Rafiq, stared at her in confusion when she whispered, "Do you have any expired cake? Something you're about to throw away? My daughter's birthday is today." The words hit him harder than he expected. Expired? Why would you want? She lowered her eyes as though the floor might swallow her shame. I don't have enough money, but I don't want her birthday to pass without a cake. Even a small one. Even an old one. What neither of them knew was that someone else had heard every word. A tall man in a tailored suit, polished shoes, and the effortless confidence of wealth. His name was Shahbaz Khan, one of the country's well-known millionaires. He had come to buy a gift for a business partner. He had not come expecting his heart to collide with someone else's pain. Shahbaz wasn't the emotional type. He built companies, not feelings. But those words, expired cake, stabbed something inside him. He watched as Rafiq explained helplessly, "Madam, we can't give expired items. Company rules. You can take a fresh one." "I can't afford a fresh one," she whispered, her voice cracking. "Please, it's my daughter." Shahbaz stepped forward before she broke completely. "Excuse me. How much is the cake?" The woman startled, stepping back as though afraid of judgment. "No. I'm not begging. I'm not asking anyone for charity." Shahbaz shook his head gently. "It's not charity. It's a mother wanting to see her daughter smile. That's something to respect, not pity." She turned her face away, trying to hide tears. "If my daughter finds out someone had to buy her cake, it would break her. Her heart is small, but her pride is big." That sentence hit Shahbaz in a way money never had. What kind of life teaches a little girl pride before joy? What kind of world makes a mother seek leftovers for love? Shahbaz told the cashier quietly, "Give her the best cake. The biggest one." The woman's eyes widened. "No, please." He raised a hand gently. "You're not taking it from me. Your daughter is. And all I ask in return is one thing." Her voice trembled. "What?" "Your prayer." She didn't speak, only nodded slowly. A part of her still scared, a part of her grateful. The cake was packed. It was beautiful, layers of cream, bright colors, happiness shaped in sugar. Something every child should have at least once a year. Shahbaz paid for it. But his heart didn't feel light when he walked away. Something stirred inside him, questions he had ignored for years. Questions about inequality, dignity, and compassion. He turned back once before leaving and asked softly, "Madam, what's your name?" She hesitated, then said, "Nadia." He placed a hand on his chest, feeling an unfamiliar warmth. "Nadia. I hope your daughter has the happiest birthday." But he didn't know that her struggle had already become a chapter in his own story. That evening, Shahbaz sat inside his luxury car, but his mind was trapped in that bakery aisle. The image of a mother begging for expired cake replayed over and over. He had built buildings, businesses, and brands, but never a moment like that. Finally, he made a decision that surprised even him. He drove to Nadia's home. It was a small, aging house in a narrow street. Paint peeling, windows faded, but the inside glowed faintly with joy. As he approached, he heard the soft echo of a child's laughter through the window. Inside, a little girl around 7 years old, hair tied with old ribbons, cheeks glowing, was jumping excitedly around the cake. "Ammi! Look, it's so pretty. I've never seen a cake with real flowers on it. Shabazz felt something sting behind his eyes. How many cakes had he wasted at corporate events? How much food had gone untouched at his luxurious dinners? How many times had he overlooked the simple happiness this child was feeling now? Nadia opened the door, startled. "Yes, sir." "You came here?" Shabazz smiled softly. "I just wanted to see how the birthday went." The little girl came running. "Ami, who is he?" Before Nadia could speak, Shabazz knelt slightly and said gently, "Just a friend of your mother." Her eyes sparkled, trusting, innocent, grateful for any kindness. The birthday was small, but beautiful. A candle. A few decorations made from old colored paper. A little girl dancing barefoot on a concrete floor. And a mother smiling after what seemed like years. When the girl finally fell asleep, exhausted from happiness, Nadia turned to Shabazz. "You saved my daughter's day," she said softly. "But I want you to know. I don't usually accept help. I work hard. I clean houses, wash clothes. I earn honestly. I only asked today because, sometimes life pushes you so far down, you don't know how to stand anymore." Shabazz was silent for a long moment. Then he said something neither of them expected. "Nadia, would you work for me?" Her head snapped up. "Work? Me? Where?" "I'm opening a community kitchen. A place where hardworking people can get a fresh hot meal without shame. Food with dignity. I need someone strong. Someone who understands struggle. Would you manage it?" Tears welled in her eyes, not from helplessness this time, but from hope. I can try." "You'll do more than try," he said. "You'll change lives." 1 month later, the kitchen opened. People lined up outside, not for leftovers, but for dignity. Nadia worked confidently, treating every person with respect. Her daughter attended a good school, laughing, thriving, blooming. And Shabazz? He found a new purpose, one that no business deal had ever given him. A sign hangs inside that kitchen even today. "No expired food here. Only fresh meals and fresh hope." And under it, Shabazz added one line. "Because one mother taught me that poverty is not the lack of money, it is the lack of dignity." If this story touched your heart, subscribe, like, share, and comment below, because sometimes a single story can create a chain of kindness the world desperately needs.